Okay guys, I'm gonna keep on going. I really want to run over some things today. First of all, I really want to encourage, I did a long list of everybody who did the 24-hour fasting. So I just want to give a huge congratulations to Aaron, Veronica, Jean-Michel, Annette, Claria, Kevin, Reish, Gisa, Stephanie, Elian, Nico, Arnaud, Ludvin, Aina, Marianne, Sonja, Laur, Jean Carlos, Charlotte, Andrea, Gosha, Stacy, Veronica, Tanya, Stankovic, Elian, Ellen, Jenny, Nura, Fabian, Linda, Wendy, Emihen, and Sophie. Congratulations on completing 24-hour fast. Round of applause for all of you. That's some things that That's some things that most people never do, and you did it collectively. Congratulations. I'm extremely proud of you. Even if you were doing the fasting and the 24 hours and you didn't do the fasting for 24 hours, do not worry about it. We're equally as proud of you for even going for it. And all of you guys, use the promo code FASTING. I told you guys I wanted to give you something for completing it. Use the promo code FASTING in Dancers Bootcamp Online. It's, for you guys who don't know what Dancers Bootcamp Online is, it's our membership area, which is over 40 hours of video content. You have this 30-day challenge, you have another 30-day challenge, you have a whole section called Bachata Booty, you have one that we call Dancers Mastermind on Dancers Mastermind, dance-specific abdominals. You have that thing for free for 30 days. So use the promo code Dancers Bootcamp Online and you should be able to enjoy it. Congratulations, all of you. Speaking of fasting, I want to get this done before I forget it. We're launching a full ebook tomorrow. Intermittent fasting, everything you need to know for dancers, 40 A4 papers. I will post the link in the group tomorrow at 3. If you like it, share it. If you don't like it, please share it anyway. I would really appreciate you if you shared it. It means a lot. It took a lot of time for me to write it. What more? That's true. Today, for you guys who are new to this group, you might not know, we've been running a challenge. So for all of us that are in this group who are the OGs in this, this is the original group from Dancers Bootcamp. And we had a challenge last month, or from March to the 1st of March to the end of March, about what we call the Frontline Challenge. And leading by the frontline is what this entire talk today is about. But before that, I really want to announce this week's winner, or this month's winner. And what the prize is, it's a 1-month free one-on-one coaching together with me and everybody who is in my team. And this person in particular will not only win 1 month of free coaching, 1 month of free meal plans, one-on-one coaching calls together with me every week, Dancers Bootcamp Online for free, Dancers Mastermind that we are considering doing, the ebooks, blah, 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 ton of dope things. Because she's been leading by the front line, inspiring others to move, kept on going even if obstacle was facing her way. Her name is, somebody give me a drum roll. Everybody do drum roll. Everybody do some drum rolls. Kristina Koshek. Woo! Round of applause, goddammit. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Good job, champ. Good job, Kristina. We're going to talk right to you after this whole call is done. We see you here smiling. Sometimes you're flexing on the photos. Sometimes you're smiling. We love you. You're absolutely awesome. And let's move on forward. Now, today's call is all about... Let me see if I can open here so I see all of you at the same time. I did some notes here because I do not want to forget what we're talking about. Where are you guys? Wait. There you are. Give me 2 hot seconds here before I lose myself in all this new technology. Here we go. Bam. That's exactly what I want. Alright, so today's call is exactly about what this challenge has been all about. We are talking, I have an expression, or we have an expression in this group that we say, lead by the front line. And lead by the front line means a lot of things, but what it definitely is to use obstacles that you are facing in your day-to-day life and turn them into solutions or opportunities. And we all have an amazing opportunity in front of us with this situation that we are all facing right now. And this group is all about just that, turning obstacles into opportunities. And it really all starts up here. It all comes from here. And that's what I want all of us to really focus on now for the next 2 weeks. I say that fitness is a Trojan horse. I might say this if you haven't heard me say it, I need to run it with you. And if you heard me say it, I apologize. But it's one of my favorite expressions. Fitness is a Trojan horse. And what it means is that on the outside, there's a lot of aesthetics gonna happen. You're gonna see a lot of beautiful spectacles. But it's ultimately what's happening on the inside that is going to take over the entire city. Right? You all know the story of Troy. They got a beautiful horse that was just majestic. Something they never seen before. It was fantastic. So they let it be in the city of Troy. And then on the inside it was soldiers, and they just came and took over the city. And that's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. Most of us in this group have been training more times this last 2 weeks than we've done the entire last year. And that's the truth. And that's something that you should be proud of. That's something you should be proud of. And most of us right now are in a moment where we are spending more time alone than we've ever done. And most of us have the opportunity right now to really connect with ourselves and do the things that we always say. We all have that long list at home. If I just have time, I would do this. If I just had time, I would do that. Now is the time more than ever to attack that list. Because let's be honest, if you don't do it now, you probably never do it. You know? Like, now is the time. Now is the time to really dig deep and really start to make this obstacle an opportunity, and really to dig deep into yourself. Because the truth is, one of two things is going to happen. There is one of two things that's going to happen with this. You are either coming out as a winner or as a victim. That's the way I see it. One of two things. One of two things. Are you building more strengths? Are you building on your weaknesses? Or are you letting the external factors press you down? Thumbs up if I'm making sense right now. Am I making any type of sense so far? Beautiful. You gotta know that I see 30 photos, I see 30 pictures of you right now. So I get a little scared every once in a while. And leading by the front line, it's such an important concept for me. It's such an important concept. And so you need to really take this and make it your own. You need to really take this and make it your own. Like take it and make it your own. That's the best way of explaining it. Because I really want to everybody understand that every curse is a blessing in disguise. Like, I've been going through I can only talk for myself right now. I've been going through some really dark years in my life, battling with anxiety or panic anxiety attacks, depression. I did knee surgery twice in 14 months, same knee, because I didn't take care of it the first time. It's what you do from it. It's your perspective of it. When I woke up from my second surgery, my doctor told me, it's like, you got arthrosis. So you got to know that I'm waking up, I'm drugged out, I'm still high, I'm waking up, and he tells me in Spanish, it's like, you got arthrosis. And my response, it's such an honest response to him, and it's like, I can't make this up. My friend is right there with me, and he hears me. And he's like, arthrosis? I'm like, I don't give a fuck if I have arthrosis. What are you talking about? They're like, it's what you do from it. And it's not that, oh, I'm Superman, I'm that guy. No, like, all of us can get it. If you control your thoughts, you control your world. That's what it's all about. And so, like I said, every curse is a blessing in disguise. But also, and this is very important to remember this, that every blessing is also a curse in disguise. And one example of that is your dancing. Sometimes your dancing is holding back your dancing. And sometimes, for some of you, your dancing is actually holding back your life. And it's hard to swallow, but it's all about the perspective, all right? Leading by the front line is, again, if you have any questions about this, then while I'm talking, I'm gonna keep on running this whole presentation, and then I'm gonna answer all of the questions. I would love to run over all of it. Just type it in the chat. Leading by the front line, like I said, it's not to see it like this. It's to really see it like this. Okay, what am I facing here? How am I reacting to this current situation? I'm scared. Okay, I'm scared. How am I reacting to it? Leading by the front line, I'm gonna list a few things that it's really about, so you can get some clarity, and then I'm gonna list some things that it's not about. Leading by the front line is being safe at home instead of being locked up. I see a lot of posts on Facebook and Instagram right now. Oh, I'm locked up. I'm so tired. Hashtag stay at home. Hashtag Netflix marathon. Well, are you locked up or are you safe at home? It's about 5 minutes of stretching after your social dancing. It's about eating one slice of pizza instead of eating the entire pizza when you know you shouldn't do it. It's about eating the entire pizza even though you know you shouldn't do it, and still not feeling bad and beating yourself up over it. It's about understanding the 40% rule that Jean-Michel talked about. It's about mental discipline. It's also about being the calm in the storm. Like Tanya Stankovic were, for example, in the situation we had in the group yesterday, when I take 100% responsibility for it, forgot to post a video, and I have a full morning without any social media. I log into my Facebook, and I didn't know, but I was dead. I didn't know, nobody told me, but it looked like I died in the group. And I love you all for it. I love you. You know what I'm talking about. Some of you know what I'm talking about. And I love you all for caring, but live your life in ease, all right? So it's about being the calm of the storm and saying, you know, just like Tanya did, we should all calm down. We should not panic. That's exactly what Sebastian would want us to do. Facts. But leading by the front line sometimes is also about creating the storm. Like Veronica did and like Aina did, for example. Okay, no workout is posted. I'm gonna do 100 repetitions of what I think is the hardest. Who's with me? Who's here is with me? That's leading by the front line, inviting everyone. It's also what Imogen is doing. Oh, you're gonna do 24 hours of fasting? Psst, let me do 48. Why? Because for me. Not for you. Not to prove to anybody else, for me. To prove that I can do it for myself. Leading by the front line is asking for help. Alright? Thumbs up if I'm making sense right now. This is a very important concept that I'm really trying to... It's for all of us. And this is what it's not about. Leading by the front line is not about eating a slice of pizza and starting to beat yourself up over it. It's not about eating a pizza and eating 2 full pizzas and beating yourself up for it. It's It's not about failing your fasting window, your eating window, breaking it too early and beating yourself up over it. It's not about feeling stressed, just feeling stressed out because you didn't do your workout, or feeling stressed out that you didn't reach your dance class, even if you already did 10 classes this week. It's not about skipping your stretching, even if it's just 5 minutes. It's not about relying on a feeling to get you that end result. And that feeling I talk about is the feeling that I love the most, but I also hate the most. Motivation. It's not about reacting to your feelings and letting them control you. And it's not absolutely not about reacting to the storm. All right? You are either controlling the storm or you're the calm of the storm. All right? Remember, what's easy to do, it's also very, very easy not to do. And it all starts up here. All right? I have a saying that is, control your thoughts and you control your world. One of my mentors, however, his name is Tim Grover, he had a fantastic saying that I'm going to run with you all. And it's breaking it down extremely easy and very visual for all of us. If you control your thoughts, you control your emotions. If you control your emotions, you control your actions. If you control your actions, you're controlling your results. Ho!
Can you take that again?
I'm gonna take it one more time. Even gonna read from it so I don't mess it up. Mr. Tim Grover, right here for you. If you control your thoughts, you control your emotions. If you control your emotions, you're controlling your actions. If you control your actions, you are controlling your results. Leading by the front line is all about the slight edge. It's about inspiring others to move from your actions, not only from your talking. Like, I'm the first to admit that I do a lot of talking. Make no mistake about it. I do a hell of a lot of talking. But I do even more, I have more actions. I have the actions to back it up. I have the actions to back it up, all right? Some of the things, some of my wins, my biggest wins happens in silence. Like, I don't even share it with anybody, all right? And why am I pushing this so much right now? So we just passed half of the challenge. We just passed half of it. Of this 30-day challenge that we decided on going on together. And I know that I see it, and I know that some of you also see it. You're noticing few people are starting to post a little less. The workouts is posting, the selfies are coming in a little bit later than they did in the beginning. Not equally as active. Some like, yeah, I forgot to post this day and I forgot to post the other day, and stuff is happening. I get it. But now is the time more than ever to connect with your why. If you didn't write out your why on a piece of paper, I highly suggest you take a pen right after this call is done and you write it out on your paper. Why are you doing this? I did 2 posts in the group. I posted them right there. Go and search your why and you will find exactly what I'm talking about. Now is the time to write it out. Focus on your end game. Now. This is the power word of Veronica, the power phrase. Right now. All right? This is the 3rd time I'm running this challenge. Or a challenge. This is a completely new one. I'm obviously re-recording all of the workouts. But I know what's happening. Like I know what's gonna happen. And I don't want it. I don't want anyone to fall off. I don't want anyone to fall off. So now is the time, again, to connect to your why. And from now on, you're really gonna see what you are made of. You're really gonna see what you're made of. Unless there is a sickness happening, you know? Sometimes there is things that we actually cannot control. But you're really gonna see what is it that you are made of. And you not only gonna see what you are made of, you can actually prove to yourself what you are made of. You have an amazing opportunity to prove to yourself what you're made of. Like, I had what example? I had every opportunity in the absolute planet to not run this challenge. To not run the challenge. We had an amazing group of people inside of Dancers Bootcamp. Oh, we had a strong community. We didn't need to, you know, run a 99-cent challenge. But I saw there was so much panic happening in the world. There was so much panic. People were starting to, oh no, I don't know, I don't know what to do. The gym is getting closed. Bada-bee, bada-ba. So we have a moment of like, okay, but what can I do? What can me, Sebastian, do to give back to our opportunity? So I talked to some people inside of the group. All right, guys, I'm considering running this challenge. Would this be something? I talked to Nico, for example. Bro, I'm thinking about doing this and this. What do you think? Do you think this is something we should do? Like, yeah, let's do it. Let's lead by the front line. Let's lead and inspire people to move. Am I making sense right now? I feel this is it's a concept that might be a little deep and off, but I just feel it's so important. It's so important. I want everybody to be equipped with new skills after these 30 days. Now, if you choose to stay and continue this journey with us, please. But at least after this, I want you all to feel equipped that I actually got something, not only what to do, but how to do it. Right? Like, you can really prove to yourself, like, this is what, like, discipline. Discipline is doing what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, whether you feel like it or not, right? And the only time to practice it is when you're not feeling motivated. Like, the only time you can build discipline and build on the skills and the fact that is when you don't want to do it. That's the only time you can prove to yourself what you're made of. That's the only time. When you're facing obstacles, that's the only time you can prove to yourself. Because if not, it's a slipping slide. Like, woo, you're motivated. Life is easy then. Life is easy then. Trust me, I'm not always motivated when I record these workouts. Like, it's not that I always wake up with a, you know? I'm a happy guy, make no mistake, but I want everybody to know that you are in control. Like, you control your mind. You are the one who decides how this story ends. All right? Again, like, control your thoughts and you'll ultimately control your world.
We have some questions about that. Maybe we should take it now or later.
I'm soon finished.
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump right into the questions afterwards. Because the way I see it is that your world is how you see it. All right? For example, before this whole what is the name? Quarantine starts. I've been in quarantine for 3 weeks. I'm letting people know that. I'm on day 20, officially, day 20. I left my home twice. But before that, I have a neighbor who lives right under me. Every once in a while, I go out and I meet her. Very lovely lady. But the way we see reality is completely different. I'm not right, she's not right. I'm not wrong, she's not wrong. Her reality is her reality, my reality is my reality. But this is what I mean, that your world, your thoughts is your world. So I'm coming down, sun is shining, it's absolutely beautiful. Hi neighbor, how are you doing? I don't like when it's this sunny outside. It's hot. Like I can't, I don't feel comfortable. That's interesting. Because the way I see it, it's fucking amazing. It's snowing in Norway. This is beautiful. This is exactly what I want in life. But I obviously didn't say that because my Spanish is not strong enough. If not, I would definitely tell her those words exact. But I'm not that good in Spanish. Another day, and this is a true story, like I'm not making this up. Another day, this is winter. And winter in Barcelona gets a little cold, as they like to call it over here. Where I come from, Sweden, we like to call it summer morning mist, is what we call Spanish cold. So Eliane is shrugging her shoulders. My point exactly. So I'm coming down. I mean, it's a little chilly, but it's nothing to worry about. It's snow up to here in Sweden, so I'm feeling blessed more than ever. So I'm out. Hello neighbor, how's it going? Qué frío está aquí, no? Like it's so cold outside. It's like, you are not wrong. This is your reality. This is your reality. And the way you choose to deal with it is the way you choose to deal with it. It's all about perspective. The last thing I want to talk to you guys about before, I want to say before we go into the Q&A, it's really this. Like it's the same situation. We just have different standpoints, and a lot of people right now are operating in a state of worry. A lot of people were operating in a state of worry and a state of scarcity. And what that is I see worry as a mental inflammation. Like there is nothing positive is coming out from it. Nothing. Like, are you seeing this obstacle that we are facing as with worry? Or are you seeing it as an opportunity to actually build and create something? I talked to my grandmother the other day and she's like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what world we're currently living in. I don't recognize it. Me personally, the way I see it, instead of feeling scared and losing hope over it, I'm seeing 30 people right here that are excited about the future, trying to create a better future for themselves, trying to lead by the front line to inspire others. And if we can start here, then this can actually grow to be something, you know? Or it's already something, but I think you get my point here. Because if we, the whole world collectively, can just say, you know what, let's close everything. Let's change the way we are behaving to beat this obstacle that we are facing. Then how come we cannot beat other things together? And I'm really a guy of synergy. Like, I take this Together We Are Strong so serious that I tattooed synergy on my body 3 years ago. Like, it's like I'm so serious with it. Like, I truly believe it. Am I making sense right now? Or have I been drinking too much water? Any questions about this? Please hit me in the chat.
Yes, we have Erlinda, and I said it's better to unmute her so she can ask the question herself.
Talk to me, champ. You're unmuted.
Okay. I guess my main question is, and this goes to things that Tim Grover, your mentor, has talked about. What are some questions we should think about to help us change our dark side, obstacles, and issues into blessings?
That's a fantastic question. And I think it's practice. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's practice. I don't think it's a thing that it's here you go, there is the answer. If you think like this, your whole world will change. No, I think it's a practice. We do, I obviously live with David, for you guys who haven't understood that yet. He's my best friend since I was 12. And we do the same thing every morning. Every morning we start and we ask ourselves the same questions. We do a stand-up meeting is what we call it. So we do what we do yesterday, what did we do, what are we going to do today, what are we had obstacles we're facing, but we changed it to obstacles we are facing that we can turn into opportunities, and then what we are happy for. And those 4 things that we're running over every morning, we've been living together for a year now, and we are doing it every morning, religiously. So I think it's a matter of practicing to see gratitude and receive gratitude. I personally, when I started to really practice, like, I'm not going to call it affirmations because I don't think that's what it is, but I think it's, I write down what I'm happy for. Like I write down 3 things I'm happy for every morning, and regardless if I do this with David or not, and 3 things at night. And the more I write it down, the more I really start to feel that, like, wow, like what an amazing day. Like, this is 28 people that I'm talking to live from all over the world. Like, this is amazing. Or I could see it, we are 400 people in the group, 500 people signed up, and it's only 30 people. It's not even 1% or 10%. Forget my math. This is so bad. You know what I mean? So I really believe that it's a practice thing. But that's a great question. If anybody have any, I don't know anything. If anybody have a better or another answer to this question, please unmute yourself. Please unmute yourself. This is not a one-way thing here. Like, I'm equally as much student as anybody.
Maybe I have a suggestion.
Shoot, Thomas.
Just be thankful for the obstacle. So even if it's bad, just say that you are thankful, even if you think you're not. And if you are, at the end of the day, be thankful for everything that happens, even the obstacle and all the stuff that's worrying you. And I think it becomes, it's a way to change the thinking of, oh shit, this sucks, to I'm thankful for everything that is happening.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great show. That's a great one. That's a great one. And again, it gives you the opportunity to prove to yourself, like, wow, what an amazing opportunity I have in front of me. I can actually prove to myself what I'm made of. David, shoot.
So the next question we have, I think we could unmute her also, is Mette-Marie.
Mette-Marie.
She asked about a little bit about this with the control, because we say, right, if you control your thoughts, control your emotions, but she wondered, like, what's the first step to start controlling your thoughts?
Mette-Marie, I can't unmute you. I don't know what's going on with your mic, to be honest, but I can just read your question here. It says, if you can unmute yourself, please do. It says, control, how do we control our thoughts? I will say it starts with acceptance, but what are your thoughts? Absolutely. I also believe it has a lot to do with acceptance. I also believe that you have to practice this more than anything. It takes a little time to practice it, but it's surprisingly fast. How fast you start to understand your thought atmosphere, and you start to hear your own thoughts, and you start to really being able to hear and see what is going on right now. Why am I thinking this? This is not what I think. This is an impulse of mine. And one of the way I try to do it, one of the things that I've been really doing is I've been actually tracking my mood. There is a lot of good applications for it. I even think one is called Mood. I track my mood throughout the day, and when I feel that I have a little dip, so you put, I don't know really, I don't remember how the application works, or I don't remember. I never used the application. I put alarms on my watch, and the way I do it is that I put alarms on my watch, and each second hour it controls or it goes off, and then I'm really thinking, okay, where am I? Where am I in my thought pattern? And if I'm in a negative state, I check myself. Why am I in a negative state? What did I do right now? Oh shit, every time I eat candy, I get in a negative state. Why? I don't really care if it's candy, to be honest with you. I feel that I train just enough to get that candy out of my system. but maybe it's something with that way of eating or that product that doesn't resonate with my mind. Or, wow, every time that I'm with my mother, every time I'm talking with someone in my family, the phone is ringing and I rate myself on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm actually a 2 right now. Why? Oof. Only you know the answer to that one. But really, to be aware of your thoughts, because you can control them. You can ultimately control them. And then it's not only accepting your thoughts. It's not only like, okay, I feel angry. I just gotta accept that I'm angry and keep being angry. Now, if you accept your thoughts, but also make sure to do something about them. I feel anger. But how am I responding to that anger? Am I watching it like this, face forward, or am I watching it like this? Did that make sense?
Yeah. Svetlana Todd have a question also. What are some tips, tricks to stay encouraged when we stay on our own after this challenge? It's way easier when you have support of another person or as a group. Now we have this benefit.
You all sign up to my one-on-one program. You know? You all sign up to that program because that program is lit. All right? Now I'm joking. Because I can't take on everybody. But you get together with first of all, you get connected to your why. That's what I would do. I would really resonate. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing all of this, these workouts? Why do I even want this? Why is this important to me? Then you decide after this 30 days, okay, should I join maybe Dancers Bootcamp? Should I maybe contact Sebastian for 30 days? Whatever you decide, you put in your brain that I'm gonna train. Maybe you might not be in a financial situation for either one. That might actually be a reality. What you do then is that you have all of the people listed in the group, connect with some people. Can you create your own support system here? So your own group of people that are getting together. Or you also make sure that you tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna train 4 days a week. 4 days a week is sustainable. Then you go on my YouTube channel and you do one of the workouts. Or you put a Tabata timer and you do the workouts. For me, Sebastian, personally, I feel it's extremely, extremely important to connect with your why. I cannot push that enough. How important it is. And that's why I'm saying now is the time more than ever. If you not connect with your why yet, you are gone. Like this, you're not gonna make it after 30 days. All right. Please hit me up if you need anybody to bounce some thought with to actually connect with your why. Let me know. I would love to run that over with you. And short commercial break. If you're interested in signing up for our one-on-one program, I highly suggest you contact or Nico, or Erlinda, or Ali, or Stacy, or David, or Elian, or Chloe, or Fabio, or Sonia, or Klaus, because they are all in my program, all right? Or Svetlana is also in our program. She just signed up. She just joined us. Yo, any other questions? Am I making sense, guys? Like, if anybody have anything to say about what I just been talking about, like Sebastian, that's amazing. But what about this? Or when I'm facing obstacles, I'm doing this. Or I went through some tough shit in my life and I did this. Like, I know a lot.
I have something to say.
Shoot, brother.
Well, I found out is you have to be your own best friend that you meet.
Facts.
So instead of most of us are really hard on themselves if they miss a training or if they couldn't do the fasting for 16 hours. Look, everything counts. Every minute counts. It's not a sprint. and just like push yourself as you would be your best friend rooting for you. That's all. That's all you need.
Facts, brother. Facts. That's it's so important. That's a great one. And speaking of own best friend, I'm looking into my phone right now. And one way to practice being your own best friend, it's I actually did this last year. I completely forgot about it. I used to record on my phone here. I wanted to play one of them for you, but I'm not sure what I'm saying it because I haven't listened to them. But I used to record every day. I had an alarm every day where I talked to myself, like I did like a speaking diary, and you're your own best friend. You're your own hype man. Like, man, you're so awesome. Like, look what you're doing. This and this and this, la la la. Because again, you're changing that thoughts. You're changing the behavior. Like, let me see if I find one here for you. I'm obviously speaking Swedish, but because that's my native tongue. But Eichmann, dope job, like you're doing great. Yesterday you were flying from New York, that's fucking amazing, you've survived, la 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 la. Good job. So you like again, practice being your own best friend. It's so valuable.
Linda have a really good question also. She said, can you say something about environment? Because many of us are facing tough environments. Maybe there has to do with, you know, you have a family, or like you have a bad job that you don't really want, or something like this. She says like, yeah, you and me have each other pushing each other, for example. Everyone doesn't have anyone to push them inside of their own home. What is a way? Of course, the Facebook group is a way to use that now. Of course.
Hack the Facebook group.
Hack it.
Hack our Facebook group. Connect with people. Like I talked to Gusha. I'm not sure she's on this call or not. I talked to her the other week. And she just goes, yo, I connected with Veronica in this group. She's an expert in whatever I love doing. Wow, you just created your own environment. So, but again, there's two types of environment. There is your external environment and your internal environment. This shit right here is what's gonna decide whether you appreciate whatever your external environment is giving you. You know what I mean? Like, look at the Facebook group we're having. We did a post where you see what everybody's working with. That's what everybody's working with. Like, you know what everybody has, like your speciality. I asked it, like, Christina, she just wrote, like, she's a handstand expert. They're like, guess who I send my handstand videos to? I don't send them to Ali, you know what I mean? I send them to the girl who said she's an handstand expert. It's like perfect. Like you have all of this there. Like talk to the people, communicate with them. Then if you have if you have not a good support system around you in your home, you know what to do. You know what to do. I know what I did when I had a lot of friends who didn't support me in my mission, and can only speak for myself. But these people are not around anymore. They are buried in the desert.
Elin is asking a little bit about, I don't know, what about vitamins and other stuff that you are feeling down, like really down? Do you think that could help?
Absolutely.
Vitamins, but like
absolutely.
Natural things.
You can actually have one way, like you can actually have an hormonal imbalance in your body, which is especially for women. You need to really track your mood. When am I feeling this? When am I feeling that? Because it might depend on all types of advanced stuff. And then I highly suggest you contact Maria Punti. She is an absolute wizard when it comes to nutrition. Tracking it. Track your mood. And when it comes to vitamin, I suggest some type of. I'm not a big fan of multivitamins, but yeah, multivitamins, vitamin D, sunshine, but vitamin D especially now during these times. Ashwagandha, fantastic for women also. And what more? Vitamin C, also a good one. But
is there any of those in your book? Or?
yeah. By the way, if you haven't seen the free PDF file that we did, or the free ebook we did for this group, go inside of the We Against Corona and check it out.
Check the files there. Yeah.
Check it out. What he said second: ashwagandha, vitamin D, vitamin C, and multivitamin. But vitamin D definitely, and training. Just like there is no better natural remedy than training. Training, water, proper nutrition. Yeah, especially if you're feeling tired, and also sleep. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, sleep is a big one.
Yeah.
Sleep is a big one. Take naps. I'm the king of power naps. I power nap every day.
Stacy say also it's more like something that helped her. It's like competition in general. You don't have to compete against others, but that can really fire some people, like to feel like it's a competition, but most of all competition against yourself.
Yeah.
To compete. Nico made a post about that also. I think it was a post.
Oh, I'm so surprised that Nico made a post about it. Motherfucker.
Like, you track your results, like how good did I do this week, and can I beat that this week?
Yeah.
It really helped.
Yeah, Nico's a winner, I tell you that much. If there's someone who's competitive, it's this guy.
Yeah.
But no, definitely. Compete against yourself, compete against others. It's a big one.
Yeah. And Klaus said a really funny thing actually. He said, another example, if you find shit on your way, you can either say, fuck this shit stinks, or I can plant some great tomatoes with this shit.
Who said that? Klaus? Yeah. What a winner mentality. What a winner mentality. That's pretty much all I got for today, guys. Any questions? If not, I'm gonna leave all of you to it. Again, control this thing right here. Control this thing right here. Talk to me, Sonia.
Yeah, I have a question. How do you manage to find the balance on your training? I mean, sometimes I get the feeling that I'm too lazy, and sometimes think, oh, I'm going too hard on myself. It's just also sometimes doing the exercise on my own. It's quite hard to see if I'm doing it right, and I don't know how to manage in my head. Just telling me, okay, I'm doing my best, and I'm not even sure that I'm doing my best. I could do better, but I'm not sure that I'm doing the best that I should do now.
Man, that's a fantastic question. I'm gonna be honest. Like, when it comes to balance, I don't believe a lot in it. Like, I believe in balance between like masculine and feminine energy, but just when it comes to going all out on your goals, I'm the wrong guy. You know, like, how do you know if you're going hard enough? Yeah, that's a great question. I think you know. The more you do it, I think the more you're gonna understand how deep you've gone, how hard you're going. And for me, when it comes to that, when I go pretty far, I always want to say, okay, I came this far. Let's see how far I can push this. Let's see how deep I can. Let's see how hard I can go now. You know?
Maybe also defining your why.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
If
Goes
is
back
your
to
why
that.
not challenging enough?
Yeah, it's a great question. It's a great question. I don't think I have the answer on it. I heard somebody tried to say something. We have a Galaxy A2 Core who is unmuted herself. Right. But it's a great question, Sonia. It's a great question. But especially when it comes to, in your case, like, just since I know your story a little bit also, I say you the more you practice it, the more you're gonna understand, where am I? Am I cheating myself, or am I actually? Oh wow, this is actually my most tired. Like, I couldn't go any harder than this. And it's the same thing when you're like you're obviously a dancer. So when it comes to when are you really ready to go to your first dance competition? I mean, you're never ready. Or are you always ready? Did that make sense? Unmute yourself.
Always ready. But doesn't mean you're going to be satisfied by what you're doing.
Exactly. But then, do you always need to? Do you always need to be satisfied?
But not always, but doesn't mean that it's not good.
No, so...
This is what it's hard when you do the exercises. It's new to me. Is that sometimes I got the feeling like I'm not doing it right. Sometimes, I used to do it exercise when with other people. So you can find a balance that, okay, I can go harder because you're comparing. But now you're on your own. And it's not totally right. And you could push, but your body, you don't know if it's your body or your mind who's putting the limits.
99% is your mind. 99% of your time is your mind. 99%. You can go hard. Like you can go harder than you think. Your body is not gonna break. You're doing body weight exercises. If you're at the gym doing heavy squats, it's a different type of monster. But if you're home doing body weight exercises, you get all the power in the world to you. And again, like you're saying, you're in the world, or when you're training with others, you can go harder. But are you then creating the storm, or are you reacting to the storm? Does that make sense? Like, yeah. I get it. Me too. I train harder when I'm with people sometimes. I get that boost. But sometimes I just gotta go, get dirty myself.
The only comparison that I have is when you dance, you can go way more higher, but sometimes the injury is just behind.
Yeah, that makes sense. I really see what you're saying. And then it's a tough question. I don't think I can give you a clear answer on this one. I know Emogene has been raising his hand. Talk to me, champ.
Yes.
Is it about this? It's about this?
It's about this.
Go.
Okay. I was on the 31st hour of fasting, and I was running on my 5th kilometer. And I was thinking to stop.
This motherfucker.
And I was thinking to stop. I was saying that, okay, stop. No one is watching you to beat yourself yesterday. Yesterday I had done 6.5. But then I said, okay, you are watching yourself. So I did 7 kilometers
wow.
on 30 hours of fasting.
Frontline, baby. Exactly. And I think that is such a valuable thing what you just say. And it's like, especially if you're on this journey that we all are on together, it's, am I beating myself yesterday? Because I know by me training yesterday, I'm stronger than I was yesterday. So if I did 12 push-ups yesterday, I should be able to do 12.5 today. Because I put my body under pressure. And then sooner or later, you're going to feel like, where am I pushing? You get the data. You track where you're going. You go on and on and on. And over there, you're going to get your answer sooner or later. I hope that made sense. It makes sense in my head, at least. Because again, it's a great example. Like, you're competing against yourself. Like, I'm the storm. Me, there is nobody else. I don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks. Like, I'm competing against me. And if I did 12 yesterday, I can do 12.5 today. You're not gonna hurt yourself from going half a step more forward. Now, if you said I was fasting for 48 hours and you were running 5 kilometers the week before, now all of a sudden you're running 48 kilometers, we need to have a conversation. So I think there is the balance. I mean, there's going to the extreme on that side also. But pushing yourself for another 2.5 kilometers, I mean, let's get it, champ. That's awesome. Did that make sense, Sonia? Thumbs up if that made sense. I hope it made sense. Any other questions about anything, guys? If not, I'm going to leave you to it. No?
Yeah, keep sharing thoughts between each other.
Yeah,
We're
please.
Gonna post this webinar in the group.
By the way, speaking of all of this now when I have you here, I've been thinking about this for a long time. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I feel that now more than ever, is the time to do it. And I will only do it if enough people show interest. I've been wanting to do a mental discipline course, 4 to 6 weeks long. If you guys are interested in it, let me know. Send us on Facebook or comment here in the chat. Let us, or at least make some noise to the if that would be something you guys would be interested in. If not, I keep it for myself and I keep it for my students only. I'm doing it with them regardless. If you're my one-on-one students, I'm doing this with you guys regardless. It's happening. But if I've been considering opening up for new people, I would love to get into it. But again, it needs to be some type of it needs to be wanted, so to say. If not, I don't go out with it. But let me know. I would love to do it, and I think it's more beneficial now than ever. And also for all of you guys who thought I died in the Facebook group last days when I didn't post it, I love you, but stay ease, all right? Stay in ease. Yeah. Are you the storm, or are you reacting to the storm? I think that's how I want to end this. I'm gonna say bye, dancers. You all gonna say 4 dancers. Thank you so much for being on these Wednesday calls. I swear, in my life, you make my life a lot better. I really enjoy this. I really appreciate every single one of you. If you haven't jumped on a coaching call yet, it's for free for everyone in the group. So I'm willing to go 500 calls back to back if I need to. I just know that everybody won't book them calls, no matter how many times I say it, which is absolutely crazy. But please, book your calls, all right? By dancers, for dancers.
For dancers, yes.
No, wait, pause.